Look, Caballero, how many times have you been played for a fool? How many times has a woman's mixed signals left you scratching your head, feeling like a chump, losing your respect because you just couldn't read the room? This isn't about being nice or understanding. It's about power, about decrypting the silent language they always speak, whether they know it or not. You're tired of guessing games, of being blindsided, of falling prey to subtle manipulacro that leaves you weakened, right? Good, because today, we're ripping off the blindfold. This isn't feel-good advice. It's a cold, hard lesson in juego mental, in the psychological chess game you've been playing blindfolded. We're talking about real estrategia masculina, the kind that turns you into an hombre de alto valor, the one who sees everything. Forget what you think you know about vibes. Women's bodies scream their intentions, their desires, their true interest, long before their lips ever move. Most men, they're oblivious, lost in the fog of wishful thinking. They miss the silent cues, the unconscious tells that would give them absolute control, emotional and strategic advantage. This isn't about being a reader, it's about being Machiavello in a social setting. If you stay weak, if you remain ignorant to these primal signals, you will forever be at their mercy, a pawn in a game you don't understand. Want to stop being the mark. Want to know precisely when she's ready to bend, or when she's just tolerating you. Pay attention. What you're about to learn are the 5 undeniable tells that separate the players from the played. Miss even one of these, and you're already behind, losing the war before it even begins. The first tell, one of the most primal and often overlooked by the amateur, is the preening display. You're standing there, minding your own business, or perhaps engaging her in conversation, and she subtly adjusts her hair. She smooths her dress, perhaps runs a hand down her arm, or maybe, just maybe, her eyes flick to a nearby reflective surface, a window, a phone screen, even a spoon to check her appearance. Most men, the sheep in the herd, see this as simple vanity. They think, oh, she's just fixing her hair because she's a woman. Wrong. Dead wrong. When a woman does this in your proximity, particularly when she's aware of your gaze or you're the focal point of her current social orbit, it's not for the world, it's for you. It's a subconscious, almost reptilian instinct to project her best version, to ensure her plumage is perfectly arranged because she senses a potential mate, a desirable presence, a source of fodder that has caught her attention. This isn't vanity, boys. This is a biological imperative screaming, I am desirable, look at me. It's a direct response to your perceived value. An hombre de alto valor doesn't just observe this. He internalizes it as confirmation of his magnetic pull. He understands this is her body's way of saying, you're affecting me. This isn't some complex juego mental she's consciously orchestrating. It's a pure, unadulterated signal of interest. It gives you an immediate advantage, a critical piece of intel in the unspoken war. You now know, without a single word being exchanged, that you have her attention, that you occupy space in her mind beyond mere politeness. This knowledge is pure control. You remain unfazed, cool, collected, while her subconscious is working overtime trying to impress you. The average guy misses this entirely. He's too busy trying to be agreeable, trying to win her over with words, oblivious to the fact her body is already telling him he's winning. This is where estrategia masculina kicks in. When you see her preening, you don't react with desperation or an ego boost. You acknowledge it internally. It's a green light, a signal that the door is ajar. This awareness separates the wolf from the lamb. You now possess the insight of Machiavello in a social setting, understanding the hidden mechanisms of human attraction and female display. This isn't about manipulation on your part. It's about recognizing her unconscious self-manipulation to appear more appealing to you. Her actions reveal her intent, even if she's not consciously aware of it. She is polishing her presentation, because your presence triggers that deep-seated desire for respeto and admiration. A desire to be chosen by someone she perceives as superior. When she fixes her hair, when she smooths her clothes, when she subtly checks her reflection, she's not just primping, she's adjusting her armor, shining her shield. For the man who has managed to penetrate her defenses and capture a sliver of her primal focus. Understand this, and you understand that the playing field is already tilted in your favor. This tell isn't about vanity, it's about the innate drive to present the best possible version of oneself to a perceived high-status male. It's a quiet declaration of I see you and I want you to see me at my best. This silent acknowledgement of your impact is a powerful tool in your arsenal. Ignore it, and you're leaving precious ammunition on the battlefield. Recognize it, and you're one step closer to absolute mastery in any social dynamic. Now, let's pivot to another truth teller that most men are too damn oblivious to notice, her feet. While her upper body might be playing nice, facing the dullard rambling about his cat, her feet are singing a different tune. They're a compass, man, an unconscious radar pointing directly to her true north. See, the upper body is a social chameleon. She can angle her shoulders to feign interest in her friend's woes, or politely turn her torso towards the office bore, smiling, nodding, doing all the right social dances. But the feet, those little truth tellers, are harder to fake. They're rooted in the reptilian brain, dictating where the body wants to move, And where the body wants to move is often where the interest truly lies. This isn't rocket science, but it's pure gold in the Wago mental, because it's a tell that 99% of men are too busy staring at cleavage or listening to their own internal monologue to notice. Her feet, like a dog on point, are directing her true, unconscious focus. They're pointing to what her primal self desires to move towards, to engage with, to claim. The man who reads this has an immediate, unseen parter advantage, while others are guessing. You're knowing, maintaining your control, emotional, because you're operating on a different plane of awareness. This isn't about mind reading. It's about being an hombre de alto valor who understands the silent language of desire, the unspoken cues that betray genuine attraction. It's a foundational piece of Astratia Masculina, an undeniable signal that she's already mentally positioning herself towards you. Think of it like this. If her feet are pointed at you, even if her shoulders are angled away, she's subtly, unconsciously, orienting herself for an escape towards you or an engagement with you. It's Machiavello applied to human attraction, reading the unspoken intentions, the true power dynamics at play beneath the polite surface. There is no manipulation on your part in this observation, just superior observation. She's unconsciously manipulating her own body language to align with her attraction to you, and her feet are the dead giveaway. When her feet are pointing towards you, especially in a group setting where she might be trying to appear socially engaged with others, that's her deep, primal acknowledgement of your presence. It's a silent plea for your attention, a subconscious display of respeto for the perceived status you embody. She's giving you a subtle, non-verbal invitation, a direct line of sight to her deepest desires. Most guys are still trying to figure out if she likes them based on how long she laughed at their dad jokes or if she remembered their coffee order. You, on the other hand, are tracking her internal GPS, watching the subtle shifts in her foundation, knowing exactly where her true focus lies. This isn't just about reading body language, it's about understanding the deep-seated instinctual behaviors that bypass conscious thought. It means she's already chosen you as the focal point of her physical and emotional gravitation. Even if she hasn't articulated it, even if she isn't fully aware of it herself, your presence is pulling her like gravity. It's an anchor point for her attention. This information isn't just for observing, it's for capitalizing. Knowing this, you approach not with hope but with certainty. You're not asking for permission. You're responding to an invitation that only you were perceptive enough to notice. This information isn't just for observing, it's for capitalizing. Knowing this, you approach not with hope but with certainty. You're not asking for permission. You're responding to an invitation that only you were perceptive enough to notice. Now, if her feet are your compass, her eyes are the high-resolution map, forget the casual glance. Any guy can get one of those. We're talking about the old double take, the look away then look back maneuver. This isn't some shy little peek. It's her brain screaming, hold up, rewind that. The first look is often reflexive, a quick scan of the environment, a momentary acknowledgement of your presence in her peripheral vision. But when she diverts her gaze, perhaps to feign indifference, to maintain social decorum, or even to check if anyone else noticed her initial attention, and then inexorably, her eyes snap back to youth. That's her primal self, overriding her conscious control. That second look isn't mere curiosity, it's confirmation, a deliberate re-engagement. It's her internal system flagging you as exceptionally significant, worthy of a second, more thorough appraisal. Her brain, in that fleeting moment, is actively activating pleasure circuits. Yes, you heard that right. Just the act of with your image, reconfirming your magnetic presence, triggers a small hit of dopamine. She's getting a biochemical preview of the high you represent, a microdose of reward just from looking at you, while others are fumbling for conversation starters. She's literally getting a payoff from her own neurology just by having you in her visual field. This deep understanding of her subconscious reactions is the bedrock of true power, recognizing these subtle internal shifts that precede any conscious decision. This isn't about you exerting overt manipulation. It's about observing her own internal struggle, her subconscious giving you a definitive green light even before her conscious mind has finished processing the data. She might be trying to play it cool, giving you the nothing to see here, move along vibe, but her limbic system just effectively gave you the keys to the kingdom. This kind of nuanced observation is pure Machiavello applied to human connection, understanding the hidden levers of attraction and respeto that operate beneath the surface. It's the ultimate Wago mental, not because you're playing tricks on her, but because you're reading the actual, undeniable score on her internal. The scoreboard, a score she herself isn't fully aware of. For tu hombre de alto valor, this double glance isn't a signal to rush in like a desperate dog. It's a profound confirmation that you're already firmly lodged in her head. It means you've successfully pierced through the static noise of her everyday life, bypassed her social filters, and activated something deep, primal, and irresistible within her. It's an undeniable sign of escalating interest, a physiological reaction that's infinitely harder to fake than a polite smile or a dismissive nod. When you see it, you don't chase. You merely acknowledge the inherent magnetism you possess. This is the essence of Strategia Masculina, recognizing that she's already invested, even if it's just a fleeting subconscious investment of attention and neurological reward. You've earned that second look, not by anything overtly flashy. You did, but by the sheer undeniable force of who you are as a man. You're not guessing about her interest. You're verifying it with empirical data, and this verification provides you with supreme, unshakable confidence, which ironically is a whole different brand of attractive in itself. It allows you to remain calm, deliberate, and utterly unfazed, knowing you're operating with an undeniable advantage that most men wouldn't even register existed. This isn't about being arrogant, it's about being acutely aware of your own inherent value and the profound, instinctual impact it hasn't. Impact so potent it makes a woman's brain literally double-check if what she saw was real, and then, to top it all off, reward her for the very act of seeing it. And this brings us neatly to another powerful, almost covert, tell that she's not just interested, but actively aligning with your reality, the unconscious imitation of your movements. They call it the chameleon effect, and when you see it, it's like catching a glimpse behind the curtain of her conscious mind. Imagine this. You lean back, crossing an arm over your chest, a picture of calm authority. Moments later, without a flicker of awareness, she mirrors your posture, perhaps subtle, perhaps more pronounced, but undeniably there. You shift your weight, she subtly adjusts hers. You speak with a deliberate, measured cadence, and her own rhythm of speech begins to sync with yours, softening, deepening, matching your pace. This isn't just politeness, it's a deeply ingrained, almost primal response. It's her subconscious signaling, I'm with you, I feel safe, I resonate with your energy. This isn't just a sign of surface-level rapport. It's a profound manifestation of deeper connection, an unconscious acknowledgement of your influence. It's the human equivalent of a compass needle aligning to a powerful magnetic field, your field. When a woman unconsciously mimics your posture, your gestures, your very breathing pattern, it's her body's way of saying, I want to be where you are, literally and figuratively. This is where the true power of an hombre de alto valor ** shines through. He doesn't need to bark orders or make grand declarations. His presence alone, his very energetic signature, is enough to elicit these profound, almost involuntary responses. It's a silent, undeniable testament to your magnetic pull, a secret handshake between her unconscious and your undeniable masculine presence. A sharp man, one steeped in the principles of Strategia Masculina, understands this isn't an invitation to gloat or point it out. That would break the spell, expose the wires, and shatter the very illusion of organic connection you've so effectively cultivated. Instead, it's a crucial piece of intel in the sophisticated Wago mental. You log it, you process it, and you maintain your control emotional with the precision of a master poker player. This isn't manipulación inacruz, deceitful sense. It's a heightened awareness of human nature, a Machiavellian understanding of the invisible currents that dictate interaction. You're observing the world as it truly is, devoid of the romantic fluff and wishful thinking that blinds most men. When she unconsciously mirrors you, she's offering you a profound level of respect, a silent, non-verbal affirmation that she perceives you as the leader, the one worthy of alignment. It's cold, hard data. If she's copying your movements, her brain is already doing half your work for you. It's creating an internal sense of familiarity and comfort, a shortcut to intimacy that bypasses logical barriers. It means you've successfully infiltrated her subconscious, and that's a fortress few men ever truly breach. This chameleon effect isn't about her trying to impress you. It's a natural, physiological response to feeling safe, attracted, and deeply connected to your energy. You are the source of that resonance. The next time you're engaged in conversation, subtly shift your posture, then watch if she follows suit even minutes later. Understand that you've just received a gold star from her deepest, most instinctual self. You are, in that moment, the axis around which her world is beginning to turn. Even if she's completely unaware, she's performing a subtle dance to your unspoken rhythm. Now, let's talk about the smile that lingers, the one that holds for just a beat too long, almost imperceptibly extended past the social norm. This isn't your everyday polite social grin, the one women dish out like candy to avoid awkwardness. No, this is different. This is a genuine crinkle around the eyes, a flash of unguarded vulnerability that tells you she's not just listening, she's feeling. Her entire demeanor softens for that fraction of a second, her guard dropping, inviting you in. This isn't a mere pleasantry, fellas, it's a silent confession of emotional resonance. Her brain, for that fleeting extra second, is telling you, I'm with you, I like what you're saying, who you are, how you make me feel. It's the equivalent of a come hither finger from across the room, only infinitely more subtle and therefore more potent. This kind of smile is a rare commodity. Understand, it's not handed out to every Tom, Dick, and Harry who tries to make small talk. When you get it, it means you've pierced the veil of polite interaction and tapped into something deeper. You've presented yourself as un hombre de alto valor, and she's responding to the undeniable pull of your calibrated presence, your quiet strength. She's not just amused, She's genuinely engaged, intrigued, and dare I say, slightly vulnerable. Her emotional landscape has been momentarily laid bare for you. Your response to this golden signal? Absolutely not a goofy grin back. Not a sudden urge to drop your guard and start spilling your guts. Or worse, to launch into a desperate monologue to keep her attention. That's what the amateurs do, the ones who mistake a fleeting connection for a lifelong bond and instantly lose their frame. No, your control, emotional, remains absolute. You acknowledge it, internalize it as critical data, and let it fuel your next calculated move. This is where your inner Machiavello grins. You see the opening, the chink in the armor of her social defenses, the brief moment her inner world, it aligns with yours. This delayed smile is a key indicator in the larger Wago mental you're playing. It's a green light, a quiet signal that your strategia masculina is hitting its mark. It means the seeds of attraction and trust you've been sowing are germinating, pushing through the superficial layers. This isn't manipulation in the crude sense of deceit. It's the skillful navigation of her emotional landscape. You're not forcing her. You're merely acknowledging the genuine connection she's offering and subtly guiding the interaction towards deeper engagement, using her own unconscious cues as your roadmap. That extra second of a smile, it's her unconscious offering of respeto, an acknowledgement of your partner. She's not just smiling, she's saying, I see you, I appreciate you, you stand out. It's a silent affirmation that you're hitting the right notes, resonating on a frequency that most men can only dream of. So, when you see it, don't rush, don't pounce like a starving wolf. Just file it away in your mental database. Let your eyes hold hers for a fraction longer, then shift. Maintain that slight detachment that keeps her intrigued, keeps her wondering. This isn't about winning her over with effusive compliments or desperate validation. It's about acknowledging her receptiveness while steadfastly maintaining your frame. It reinforces that you're the prize, the one she's subtly trying to impress, the one whose attention she's subconsciously craving. It's a silent conversation where she's already admitting you hold a certain sway over her, that you've managed to bypass the usual pleasantries and tap into a genuine, emotional response. This is the difference between a man who talks at women and an hombre de alto valor who understands the silent language of attraction, using every flicker of emotion as a stepping stone to assert his dominance in the dance. So, let's cut the fluff. This isn't about being a nice guy. It's about being an effective one. It's applying a modern-day Machiavello to your interactions, mastering your control, emotional to project unwavering power. This entire dance, this subtle reading of cues, it's all part of the grand Wago mental. You're not coercing, you're orchestrating. You're using nuanced manipula quo to earn genuine respeto, not beg for it. This is the core estrategia masculina that defines a hombre de alto valor. Now, ask yourself, are you truly leading your interactions or are you just reacting to hers? What subtle shifts could you make today to flip that script? Don't just watch, execute. For more of these exclusive strategies that cut through the noise, hit subscribe and smash that notification bell. You wouldn't want to miss the next playbook, would you? And if you're ready to really double down, click this video right here for our deep dive into silent dominance, how to command without speaking a word. It's a game changer. Stay sharp, stay in control. Until the next lesson.